What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to start off a brand new series on this channel called Photoshop Deep Cuts, where I break down my Photoshop files for my t-shirt designs and my poster designs. We're starting this series off with a bang, and I'm going to break down how I built my very first approved design for Kiss. Let's get into it. A quick look at this design's specs. The Photoshop file ended up being 35 layers and 2 gigabytes. The only provided assets that I had were the Kiss logo and the band photos. Alright, so this is the final design that we're going to be breaking down. This was the very first Kiss design that I ever made, and it got approved. And it was for the first run of the End of the Road World Tour. So let's go through how I made this. I made a circle, went in, changed the fill to 0, put an outer glow, then a stroke, and then to get some 3D effects, I did a bevel and emboss. If you bring this up, I did a inside stroke with the bevel and emboss, and there's all these different options that you can do to kind of get a 3D effect, and I landed on, I think it was this one. So yeah, from there, let's go ahead and put some background colors. Blue is always classic. I started to build around the circle with some fire because, you know, Kiss loves fire. So now we've kind of got a really good base, right? Next, I wanted to add some bolts. All these were placed separately. I went around the entire circle. I didn't want them to be as apparent, so I threw in some shadowing to kind of push them back just a little bit. I wasn't really digging the coloring here, so I did a gradient map to really pop off that red-orange, you know, fiery vibes, because Kiss is all about fire. At this point, I would probably go in and start throwing in the band members to kind of get a sense of where everybody's going to be sitting. We've got Gene here, Paul, and we've got Tommy, and we've got Herrick. They kind of filled out the circle nice here. I wanted to make sure that Gene was popping over the circle because I love depth within my designs. I wanted to get a little bit of shadow to to kind of make sure that they look like they were inside the circle. Work with the logo here, but I didn't feel like the blue really worked with the overall design, so I popped a gradient map on it. I did the End of the World tour type at the bottom, circular. I added a stroke, and then I went in and popped in some bevel and emboss to kind of give it that 3D chrome vibe. It's time to add some lightning. So I started off with this stock image. I think it was from Adobe Stock. Make sure you always get the proper licensing, please. It's time for more lightning. So I started going through, adding more lightning throughout this piece to really fill it out. And I'm trying to place these lightning strikes where the design looks balanced. Also, it's behind Paul, it's behind Tommy, it's behind Gene. And again, to really create that sense of depth. It's looking great here. Popped on the Final Tour Ever type with the same bevel and emboss here to make everything cohesive. Threw on a color lookup to kind of blend everything together. And then you throw on a final hue saturation to really pump those colors. It just really makes this thing pop. Now, you see here how, like, the guys, they stick out, but they don't really stick out. I really want these guys to pop, right? So I went through and then added an inner glow to each one. If they're around lightning, these guys would definitely have some sort of a glow around them, right? You know, that really helps them pop off of the design as well. And then here you've got the final design. It's over the top, it's got lightning, it's got fire, it's colorful. This screams Kiss.